Hi there and welcome to my channel. My name is Ken and I am the One-Handed Gamer. I want to thank everyone for watching my content as it does help me out and gives me the encouragement that I need to keep going. So thank you so much and I hope you all continue to enjoy this content. Just want to tell you a little bit about myself. To the Lord Jesus Christ into my life April of 1990. After seeing how happy he was making my sister and how joyful she was, and I wanted some of that. I was born in Alexandria, Virginia. Had a stroke in my mother's womb, which caused me to be half paralyzed on my left side. I was born with epilepsy. When I was 5, I had my first seizure. I was playing a board game with my parents, and just out of the blue, just started staring and could not speak. I could hear. I knew what was going on around me, but I could not tell them anything. Well, they didn't know what was going on because it was the first time it happened. But that was my first experience with a seizure. I did go 74 days without a seizure one time. I was mowing the lawn on that 75th day, and had a seizure mowing the lawn. But I was proud of that 74 days at the time. That was the most I've ever gone without a seizure. That was when I was a teenager. It was the most I've ever gone without a seizure when I was having them. I was on I was taking 9 pills a day, like 3 or 4 different medications, and none of them seemed to help. And I just got frustrated one time. When I had when I ended up having the appointment with my neurologist, I point blank told him I'm tired of having seizures, and he referred me to Bowman Gray in Winston-Salem. So I had 2 weeks of testing done there, and where they put electrode. I had a whole bunch of electrodes coming out of my head. Made it 2 weeks of testing and took me off my medication so they can see exactly what was going on. Kept a close eye on me. I was videotaped 24 hours. Had to keep the light on in my bed, in the room. That was very interesting, to say the least. But I managed to get through it. And after that testing, I don't know how long it was after that testing, but they called the house and they told my mom that they were going to refer me to Johns Hopkins University, Johns Hopkins Hospital. And so we went there. I had 2 weeks of testing done there. And same thing. I had a bunch of electrodes coming out of my head when they were doing the testing. Had to sleep with the lights on, with a camera on me 24/7. And they were, they would do certain kind of testing to, I get pretty much what they were doing. They were saying where the seizure activity was coming from. Once they did that, once that 2 weeks was up, we went home, and I don't even know how long it was. 3 to 6 months. I don't even know how long it was. But after that was done, they called, and Johns Hopkins called and told my parents that they wanted me to come into the hospital to have the surgeries done. Well, I was ecstatic because I was tired of having seizures. I didn't like the fact that my peers would tease me, pick on me. It was one time I was in junior high, and one of my peers decided upon himself he was going to scare me. Well, I had a seizure, fell flat on my face, and had a golf ball size bump on my head. It was not fun. But so yeah, they ended up telling me, or telling my parents they wanted me to come to have the surgeries. When I was on my way into the hospital from the parking lot, God told me, He was like, "You're coming into this hospital with seizures. You're coming out of the hospital seizure free. You have nothing to worry about." I was so happy. I told my dad that, and he was just like, "Don't get your hopes up." Two scheduled surgeries. One was to put four grids and 128 electrodes in my head. So you can imagine 128 wires coming out of your head. That's what I had to deal with, which was fine with me because I was willing to do everything. I was willing to do anything I could to get rid of these seizures. I was tired, so I had 10 days. I mean, once I was in the hospital, I had 10 days of testing. And they did all kinds of testing. Again, I had the camera on me 24/7. Had to keep the light on so the camera would be able to see me. But I had 10 days of testing, and they saw that the seizure activity was going off of one of the grids. And he at first wasn't really sure what to do, and then he thought about it, and he decided to have an unscheduled surgery. And what's funny about that was we went down there. They took me down there to where I was going to have surgery, and the doctor wasn't there. We waited and waited and waited, and we went back to the elevator to get ready to go upstairs to my room. And as soon as the elevator door opened, he was in the elevator coming down. So I ended up having the surgery where he put one more grid, 32 more electrodes in my head, which was a total of 160 electrodes, 5 grids in my head. And it turned out the seizure activity was going off that 4th grid into the 5th grid. So, yeah, I mean, he saw that it was going into the optical lobe, and he was like, he said to his wife in bed one time, he was like, "I don't know what to do. I don't know how to fix this. I don't want to mess up his vision." And she said to him, "Just scratch it out." So it's exactly what he did. He scratched it out. He scratched out the seizure activity that was in my optical lobe. So on February 6th, they ended up having my 3rd surgery, and where they took out 3/4 of my frontal lobe, 1/4 of my parietal lobe, and scratching in the optical lobe. When I woke up from that final surgery in the ICU, first thing I said to my dad was, "I can see, because there was a chance I would have lost half of my vision. That was one of the risks that they had. And when I woke up and I saw that I could see out of both eyes, that was awesome." And I got back to my room, woke up and all that. I found out that I could not walk for the life of me, and it scared me. I literally had to go up and down the hallway and hanging on to the railings just to learn how to walk all over again. And then I also went down, up and down the stairs to learn how to run, hanging on to the railings as well, because otherwise I would have fallen. But I did learn how to do it, and I was happy. It took a little time, but I was able to learn how to do it all over again. And February 6th of this coming year, 2022, is going to be 30 years I will have gone now without a seizure. So I'm close to 30 years. But I do like video games because I can actually use both hands and use both legs, and actually play sports because I love sports. Football is my favorite, and basketball. I am a Redskins fan. They're not called the Redskins now, but I still call them the Redskins. I'm also a Los Angeles Lakers fan. Love Kobe Bryant. But if you when you watch my videos, if it doesn't seem like I talk too much, it's not because I don't want to. It's because sometimes I just don't know exactly what to say. It kind of slips my mind, and I lose my train of thought. I don't mean to. It just kind of happens that way. But just wanted to give you a little bit about I just want to tell you a little bit about myself, and I do enjoy the games, and I hope you enjoy watching them, continue to enjoy watching them. I do post on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. How many videos per day? I don't know. I'll probably do, at the most, I'll probably do like 2 videos a day, or Monday, Wednesday, and Friday when I post. But thank you all so much for watching this and listening to my testimony. And I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you all in the next video.